Now, the work of a forgotten poet from Devon, born nearly 200 years ago, is being revived for a new audience. Edward Capern was a postman in North Devon in the 1800s and composed his poems as he walked each day between Bideford and Buckland Brewer.
Yes, he wrote more than 600 poems and had 4 books published, winning plaudits from the Prime Minister and all the big literary names of the day. He became known nationally as the Postman poet. Our North Devon reporter Andrea Ormsby has the story.
Walking in the footsteps of the Postman poet.
He used to walk this route, a 13-mile round trip. He would have talked to the labourers working in the fields because, of course, all the farm work was very labour-intensive at that time in the mid-19th century, and he got to know many of the labourers and wrote about them in his poems. Oh, the postman's is as happy a life as anyone's, I trow, wandering away where dragonflies play and brooks sing soft and slow, and watching the lark as he soars on high to carol in yonder cloud. He sings in his labour, and why not I? The postman sings aloud.
Liz is now publishing 2 new books about Edward Capern, a novel about his life and a selection of his poems.
It's a very romantic story. This poor postman, and he was poor, walking the Devon lanes and loving his work and writing poems about the countryside.
Give me the bright bird palaces where joy delights to dwell.
Capern had intended for some of his poetry to be sung, and so along with the books, a CD's being released.
Then shouting, tell the listening world the draught was most divine. You can feel his pace of his poetry. I mean, I guess the guy had to walk a long way every day, 6 miles there and 6 miles back. So you can feel his walking pace in the poetry. And some of that's come out in the music, I think, as well.
Yeah, it's actually been quite, in some ways, it's been quite easy to set to music because of that, because the words have got that rhythm already ingrained in them.
Goodbye to care, here I feel more happy than a king.
So this is where Edward Capern is buried, here in Hinton Poncharden. His postman's bell is here. I don't know if we can ring it. Shall I try? Look at that. And that's the bell he used to ring to ask people to bring out their letters to him.
The postman poet may be gone, but his bell's still here, and now his poetry is being brought back to life once more through books and music. Andrea Ormsby, BBC Spotlight, Buckland Brewer.
And how should things I have felt more happy than a king?